Hey y'all, welcome to Bre Creative, and today we will enter my creative zone of what I do. Please hit that like button, subscribe, and comment below. Let's talk creative, shall we? I've been having this passion for writing since ninth grade, and I've been writing ever since. I try to write at a consistent level, and okay, let me just tell you how I got started, okay? Um, so in December of 2021, I tore my ACL during a basketball practice. 2 months later, I had my surgery, and I questioned myself about like what am I going to do if I'm not playing basketball, and writing was the thing that allowed me to keep going. And on January 22nd, 2022, is whenever I officially wrote my first ever book. It's really crazy because my writing today is so different from when I first started, for reals. So, yeah, and it's been 2.5 years now, and there has been so much that has changed. So, what do I write? I write fantasy, YA's fantasy. I don't necessarily make the main characters uh teenagers. I know when I first started, I was like, oh, this family. So the main character was a mom in a way. Anyways, but I'm trying to balance it out when it comes to um writing main characters like the age and all that stuff. You know, I'm just writing. I'm just writing. All I'm trying to do is write a good story. What I've written so far are 3 novellas, a couple short stories, and I'm currently working on my first novel. All fantasy. What can I write that's not fantasy? Can y'all give me a request? Anyways, that's what I write. And I try to add a variety of things like mystery. When it comes to mystery, it's very intriguing and keeps you in your seat expecting something unexpected. And, I might tease in a little romance. I'm not a romantic type of person, but I try to add some spice or juice into the story. It's not a main driving point, but it's something to root for characters. I guess for the side characters, so they have something to do, I guess. But overall, I am trying to make a good story out of it, and whatever it takes. So, what I'm currently writing, I know I already answered this question, but I am writing my first novel. It is going to be a YA, and it is going to not be based on the real world, which is pretty new to me, but I'm kind of getting the hang of it. I haven't been like writing it recently, but I've been trying to get to it whenever I can. I really try to allow my imagination take me with it, and that's what's been driving me to keep writing that novel and trying to finish it. Also, I've been writing creative writing pieces, which also driven me to brainstorm even more story ideas. And it was so crazy that I literally created an alternate series, which is so crazy. Not canon. It's not canon, okay? But it was uh it was just so amazing. And I just want to write so many more creative writing pieces. You're wondering why I'm here. Alright, my favorite hobby is literally reading. And as you can see, I have a shelf of books, or at least the top half has it. And if you're wondering what's up there, so right there, that yellow thing, that is a craft that I did at Life Camp. It's called Dual Emotions. Want to see it closer? What you also might see behind me is the Golden Snitch. That is done by that was done by my sister, and what's it called? She used a 3D pen and created the Golden Snitch. Of course, that's my piggy bank right there, Oinky. Say hi, Oinky. Yeah. Okay. Let's get to my bush. That's what y'all wanted to see. Anyways, of course I have plenty of books. So I got the Scythe series. We're just gonna call it that. Arco Scythe. And then Truth Witch. I'm not gonna go over all that. But of course I have plenty of books. And as you can see, I have some art copies that I actually got from a book convention this year and last year. Alright. And now we're getting over here to my second shelf. Right over there is a Halloween book called Something Wicked This Way Comes. Read that last year. Enjoyed it. I'm gonna read it again. And then right there is The Lord of the Rings. I actually have the prologue book, The Hobbit. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm currently reading that. Also, as you can see, I have the Percy Jackson books, all 5 of them. And then I have the Ascendant series by Jennifer Nielsen. Yeah, I'm missing my first book that someone's currently burning. And also I have the Trader's Game. Let's just say about the books I got recently, I went overboard. Like Their Darkest Minds. I don't have the 4th book because they didn't have the 4th book, surprisingly. And I also got the Inheritance Games books. Yeah, I know the first one's not on my shelf. I'll explain that in a minute. And then I have Silver in the Bone and House of Mariona. And what you see behind me, my favorite book series, The Hunger Games. And also The Ballad of Songbird Snakes. And also I have a Academy pen. I actually watched it at theaters. So while I'm down here, I'm just gonna tell you I have been very inconsistent when it comes to reading. Even though it's my favorite hobby, it's kind of hard for me to really get myself into the mood because usually I'm doing something else that is not reading. But I always try to bring at least one book with me so I can read it whenever I have spare time. And if I don't do anything else, I can read. Alright? And oh yeah, those bookmarks way over there. Yeah. Those are bookmarks that I collected over the years. I guess I can show you. See all these beautiful, beautiful bookmarks that I collected throughout the years. I know, it's crazy. I have a lot of them. A lot. And it's crazy. Anyways, I'll eventually put that back on my shelf. Funny thing, I realized my camera was upside down. I blame the bookmarks. Anyways, what am I currently reading? Alright, so I'm currently reading 3 books. Yeah. Don't be me. First, we have The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. I am currently reading this. I actually had to start over with the book because I was like I was very inconsistent reading this book, and I decided to start over so I can start fresh and remember more of what I read about The Hobbit. And I only watched the first part of The Hobbit uh when it comes to the movies. So, yeah. And luckily it covered the first 6 chapters. So, yeah. The next book I'm reading is The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I picked this up at a book convention this year, and I'm enjoying it so far. I'm actually pretty close to finishing. I'm actually on chapter 63. Yeah, I've been inconsistent with this book as well, but when I'm consistent, I can read this book pretty fast. Because I got to about 15 chapters in like about 2 hours, so that's pretty good. Pretty good. And the last book is The Warrior's Curse by Jennifer A. Nielsen. This is the last book of the Trader Game series, and I haven't started it yet because I was trying to finish either the Inheritance Games uh, or The Hobbit, but it looks like I'm going to finish the Inheritance Games first before I get to Warrior's Curse, and also want to do reviews based on the books as well. I am a nerd, as you can see. And I'm going to keep it brief so I don't have to like ramble all about me being a nerd. As I do have a love of learning, I love school, or like it for the most part. Though there's certain subjects that I'm not a big fan of, but yeah, I do my best to study real hard, work on my assignments, keep track of them, and also do them as soon as possible because I want free time. Like this, I want free time. And I don't want to be stuck doing work. Anyways, yeah, that's me. I'm a nerd. I'm a nerd. I'm a nerd. Alright, so when it comes to creating content on my laptop, I use Canva to create some of the things I do. Recently, I've been making some thumbnails and all that stuff. I'm not gonna really show y'all. I think that would be spoiler content. But that's what I do. That's what I do. And well, maybe I can show you one. Okay, hold up. Let's see. Let's go to projects. I'll just show you this one. That's a great example. Okay. So right here, this is my thumbnail for this video, Bre Creative 101. And yeah, I literally use Canva. I use Canva to just make it look like I am in front of my bookshelf. I was really, but let's just say when it came to me, it was not easy because I'll tell you, it's crazy. It's really crazy. But yes, I do use Canva uh, to create thumbnails and other crafty things as well. I also create images um, for characters in my story. I've done a couple recently, and I really like them. I really like them. And also, what I use is I use the remove background if I want to do a character and I don't want the background. I I use this. I use this. And I love it. I love it so much because if I hadn't seen this, I would be literally spending about an hour on my phone trying to remove the background by just erasing the background. And it wouldn't look as good as just using a website of remove background. I also use Google Drive to create my writing content, and I have an entire folder that has my writings, and I do have my other files scratch out because there's spoiler content. They're actually writings that I'm working on that I'm not ready to share just yet. Uh, but whenever I am comfortable, I will uncover them and reveal to you what they truly are. Anyways, but yeah, this is where I keep all my writing ideas. If it, whenever it's not on paper, so. And finally, I use Clipchamp to add my videos and all. Unfortunately, if I actually go on the tab, it's just going to look terrible. And I, man. But that's what I used Clipchamp for editing purposes for now. And I spent plenty of time on my laptop staying productive. And now I am creating videos. This is one of the main things I'm doing now. And it is so much fun. What to expect from me? So, you should be expecting me to upload videos once or twice a week. I would like to do a video that I would like to do, but also a video that is requested from you because I want to be as interactive as I possibly can, and you can apply not only writing but any creative aspect that you have. Also, I want to share writing techniques that has helped me, and I actually created some of my own, and I've been actually working on that as well, and it's actually really fun making your own writing techniques. It doesn't have to be all technical and all, though I did write down what would my writing technique be about. Like, I'll describe what it's about, but I also have like outlines of how it's all set up, and I would love to explain how that all goes. And also, like I said earlier, I want to do book reviews. Let's just say I don't know which book I'm going to do first, but I will most likely do a book series first. Probably Hunger Games, but I really want to wait till November to do a Hunger Games video because Hunger Games month is around that area, mid-November. So I want to save that in particular for November. But if I had to choose any other books, I guess I'll probably do the first Inheritance games, hopefully briefly. Hopefully it doesn't take me like an hour, because when I do talk about things, I really do my best not to take forever, because I can do that. I'm very capable of doing that. Oh my gosh, so crazy. It's so crazy. Like, I do make my own music. Whatever I do creative, I love doing it, but my consistency is not all that great. So I'm gonna say that is one thing I would like to improve in, is my consistency. Don't worry, once I get into the habit, I will do fine. But yeah. But I might even roast myself whenever I do that, because it is kind of cringy to me. And I laugh at myself when I listen to myself talking or whatever. But I also do want to share some creative projects, like school projects I've done in English class. I've actually done a few. I know one in particular. I actually did some music videos, like based on Great Gatsby. I read that my junior year, and I really liked that book. And for my final project, it was actually an art project. I just created some music, and it's very catchy, very catchy. I'm really excited to share that all to y'all, and maybe some behind the scenes. Well, kinda. Maybe I'll just analyze my behind the scenes because I am kind of literal. But yeah. And any requests from y'all that you would like for me to talk about, I am open for to all discussion. And thank you for watching Bre Creative. Stay creative.